If you're seeing this, then it will likely be for a reason. But as always, my love, take it how it resonates and leave it how it doesn't. And yes, this is my only count, and no, I'll never reach out to you first. Let's just see what is coming through. Knight of Wands. For you right now, the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands. Interesting, the Three of Wands reversed. We're having a little bit of a struggle here, aren't we? Trying to get on the same page as someone else. The Page of Wands, same page, get it? Haha, funny. The Knight and the Page of Wands. There's a dynamic here of not being able to progress forward with something. Because one person here is the Page of Wands. This person is still in the exploratory phase, in the non-committal phase. But then the Knight of Wands is the other person in this dynamic who's going, right, let's go. Let's do something. Let's initiate something here. Okay. The Emperor. The Emperor with the Five of Pentacles reversed. It's the World reversed. It's not that this connection doesn't have any potential, it's that it lacks discipline. I feel that whoever this is, you and this other person, in whatever dynamic this is, there's a lack of discipline present between the two of you. Whoever the Knight of Wands is out of the two of you, and I feel like it's probably going to be most of you going, well, it's me. I'm the one that's prepared to show up. I'm the one that's prepared. Okay, we can kiss our own ass later. Okay, because the Emperor and the Five of Pentacles reversed here, it's a feeling of the pair of you, you're not disciplined enough. The pair of you aren't. Oh, your ego's been wounded. Alex just said I wasn't disciplined and I thought I was. Just because you're a bit more disciplined than the other person doesn't mean to say that you are disciplined. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay? The Five of Pentacles reverse is saying that this connection isn't at a loss. It actually just needs better structure, better planning, better commitment. Because the Emperor here represents the divine masculine. It represents commitment, taking action. It's Aries energy. Aries is the planet of war and action. There's fire, there's shared passion, there's shared interest. But there's no real plan. There's no real consistency. The only consistent thing between the two of you and in this dynamic is the passion. Now, this could be any dynamic. This could be a work buddy, a friend, a romantic interest, a crush, some kind of business partnership. This is just a dynamic between two people. Take it how it resonates. But the Emperor in the Five of Pentacles verse says that this isn't doomed, but it can't move forward. There's no real conclusion in sight here, any real progress, because the pair of you aren't disciplined. And the pair of you, like with the two rams in the background, you need something solidifying, and it's a plan, it's a course of action, it's something that doesn't make this connection feel at a total loss. And it's because the two of you have got all this surging passion. This is what brought you together, this is what attracted you towards one another. But the Knight of Wands is blowing a bit hot and cold, and the Page of Wands is non-committal and more exploratory. So between the two of you, there's no real underlying element of consistency. It's just a connection that kind of rolls with feeling, not with discipline. Because I'll tell you something, if you're just prepared to just base a connection off of feeling, it will come and go like the wind. It won't stay. Because you're not always going to be happy clappy, doing cartwheels, sunshine, rainbows, ponies with people. Sometimes people are going to have hard days. They're going to wake up on the wrong side of the bed. They're going to have difficulties. This is why the fundamental discipline of this connection needs to come into play. There's got to be rules. There's got to be regulations. There's got to be structure. Otherwise, this connection really won't work. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And the Three of Cups again. This connection just feels 444. It's all about having a good time. The Three of Cups here is about pleasantries. It's about celebrating. It's about friendship, fun, flirtation, good times. But the Queen of Pentacles reversed is we're not planning a future. We're not planning anything. We're just basing our worth off of what we get right now. It's very in the moment, and as much as everybody says live in the moment, you do also have to have that healthy balance with also planning for the future. And that's what the pair of you aren't doing. So there's no real... With the Queen of Pentacles reverse, what I'm getting is the issue is that there's no legitimate security. The Three of Cups, there's companionship, there's potential flirtation, there's a friendship here, there's connection, community, good feeling. But the Emperor, the Queen of Pentacles reverse, and the Five of Pentacles reverse says that the core issue is that there's no core. There's no core to this connection. And it's like we know in the human anatomy, when someone's core is physically weak, it's going to cause back pain, it's going to cause issues because you're not actually supported in your core. This dynamic isn't doomed. It's just a little bit sloppy. It's a little bit one-sided in the sense that the two of you, I feel, are in your own ways, I feel that you're a little bit immature. You tend to base your connections off of how someone makes you laugh and how they make you feel. But when it comes to actually like committing and having hard conversations or planning things and getting the Excel spreadsheet out or really discussing terms and conditions, it's like, oh, yawn, should we just crack open a cold one and have a laugh and smoke a J and let's have a really great time and have a roll in the hay? And it's all, no, we need to make a plan. Because if any kind of connection doesn't have a core value, doesn't have a core engagement, it's just going to go limp. It's just not going to work. Again, the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. It's time to roll up your sleeves together and to put in the hard work. Okay, the Hierophant. It's time to create a legitimate structure. I feel that you are worth having one another in your lives because the core of this connection could just be that you like to have fun, but the Queen of Pentacles reverse here says that there has to be some kind of legitimate security. There has to be some real core agreement and understanding together in that way. And this has to come from dealing with the boring stuff. For some of you, this could be like a shared financial situation that you just keep on skirting around with someone and they're skirting around with you because it's like, oh, I don't want to jeopardize the friendship, or I don't want to make the relationship boring, or I don't want to make stuff. But then if you keep turning a blind eye to this stuff, what's going to happen? The core is just going to get more weakened and it's just going to flop and break at some point. Okay, what's jumping out there? Yeah, the Nine of Swords. The two of you, the pair of you, are so afraid of saying or doing the wrong thing that neither of you try. And so this dynamic just stays in consistent limbo. And there's no growth happening here. It's just two people being too immature to actually have the hard conversations, to have the boring domestic communication that would actually make this dynamic sustainable, actually grow, actually have a backbone. And I feel like that's part of the problem. Again, the Seven of Pentacles reverse, the Nine of Swords. Neither of you, and I am saying neither of you, and this might be a little bit of a, oh, wounded ego moment again. Neither of you have got a backbone. You need to grow a spine. You need to grow a spine and you need to have the conversation because otherwise it's not going to work. You just keep on skirting around issues and having a good time and again, cracking open a cold. It just doesn't work. That's just so surface level. Like, there's no substance to anything like that. You've got to have ethics, you've got to have morals, you've got to have a core understanding. The Ace of Swords, the King of Swords, you need to have that conversation. And I feel like for those of you that this is finding, it's you that's going to have to initiate this conversation. It's you that's going to have to be the boring old fuddy-duddy and initiate this conversation and go, look, we're having a good time, but we need to have a conversation about the logistics, about the more disciplined side of this, about the core agreement here. Whatever this dynamic is, there has to be a mutual understanding. And it can happen, but this is the only way that this connection is going to actually gain some true substance. Okay? Yeah, the Knight of Cups, the Two of Pentacles. You can work together to facilitate each other's feelings and needs, but only with a conversation.